Previously on Beer, Bass, and Bullets.
J Dubya, you know Grandma's gonna be pissed that you cut your hair off because she loved that long hair.
Well, I was just trying to abolish lice.
It's fucking hot out here today.
I know, it's hotter than Satan's butt crack.
You need to stop talking about that, JW. Not in my boat.
It's like I'm just trying to use evocative imagery. You know how I am.
I can't remember what this means. I think this is happy. It's a good day, though. We're out here on the boat.
Is this what this is? Is this happiness,
Yes,
Larxene?
this is happiness.
Is happiness a day out with your best friend on a boat with a couple of beers and nothing but the beer and the bass and the boat to keep you invigorated?
I know.
I think that is the definition of happiness.
But they can't hear the music, so. But they should know it's happiness. There we go. But now they can't.
Yeah, crank it up.
Yeah, gonna turn that radio on.
Crank up that radio that's built into a cooler.
Well, that's the thing, you know. I think the fish like the music, and I think they enjoy it.
I know.
Now that I've cranked it up, and now they can hear it, they will come to our boat.
Good thinking. Good thinking.
I do have some good ideas sometimes.
Now you're using your noodle.
But, you know, I really do. I mean, I'm looking over here at the boat. I'm looking over here at the water. I don't know. Maybe they want some beer or something. I don't know.
Pour one out for my homies.
You can't, yeah. Well, now I'm just pouring it in the boat. That goddamn sense.
Hell, I mean, if they like it, it means they're going to jump up in the boat, cut
That's
out
true.
the middleman.
That's so true. That's some real good thinking, JW.
I won't even need to make use of my good bait.
But oh my gosh. So I wonder how the weather got to be this nice. Because it was really fucking hot 10 minutes ago.
I know, I think we got a
and now all of a
blowing
sudden,
in.
like a cool front came in. It's super nice and I'm having a good time.
Boat's rocking a little bit. The wind is picking up
it is an
a little
old
bit.
boat.
Dark clouds on the horizon, but you know what?
I mean,
at least it's cooled off. At least it's cooled off.
Yep.
So I can more enjoy my cold one.
And this is a good cold one, too. And that is the brand, cold one. But that's only because Tommy scratched out the real logo so we wouldn't know what truck it fell off of, so we wouldn't know where to go to buy more.
Yeah,
He's
Tommy,
a real asshole.
Our friend Tommy is trying to get his microbrewery started, and that's his. It's a very, I think, innovative business model to just steal beer cans or steal cans of beer off of Budweiser and Coors trucks and stuff. Scratch them off, put your own brand on it, resell them at a markup. I mean, I ain't no capitalist, but I mean, respect to that. Respect to that kind of innovation.
I know, like, you know.
I do know. We got this swarm of gnats swarming around here in the boat. Get them out of here.
Where are those frogs? Are there supposed to be frogs out here?
Well,
it's called fucking Frog Pond, for fuck's sake.
The only frogs this pond ever had was the famous Budweiser frogs, and they're all dead now. It's been a long time since that Super Bowl commercial.
This water is kind of nasty.
They're all dead, and at least they didn't even live long enough to get turned gay by the water.
Do you think that's true, what they say?
No,
about the water turning people gay?
It's not, because Alex Jones is a fucking idiot. All he's doing is selling his sugar pills to people, and I prefer to get my news from Counterpunch and Jacobin magazine.
It is really sad, you know, that the whole trailer is in mourning about Alex losing his channel.
I know, goddamn, they're a bunch of drama queens.
It is sad.
They're just a bunch of sadists. They just want to be sad all the time.
I just don't understand those sadists, and I got like mosquitoes in my hair or something.
That's pretty sad too. I mean, that's sad.
I know, but
like
you
these gnats swarming around. That's the saddest thing about this fishing trip.
Well, it is a fucking raw ass boat. There's some like rot in it and shit. You know.
Well, I mean, it's just like
Good Lord, you got it out of a fucking hole somewhere.
Just some peaches that I brought and on the last trip and left in there.
Yeah, how old are these fucking peaches back here?
I mean, one's sprouting into a tree because we left some lake mud in the bottom of the boat. Left some lake mud in the bottom of the boat. I just left the peaches on there. One sprouting into a peach tree.
I literally thought they were a prune when you brought them up here, JW, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck are you doing bringing prunes up on our boat?
I got them on sale at Walmart. That's standard Walmart produce. Everything looks like a prune at Walmart. But yeah, I mean, you mock me now, and that's sad. That's a sad situation that you're mocking me because I'm trying to grow us a succulent peach tree right here in our bass boat that we can just pick the peaches off of it. And you know how I like to grab a big, fuzzy, nice, plump, juicy peach. Full palm of my hand.
You want an ass the size of your hand, JW?
To quote my hero Nicolas Cage, I could just eat a peach all day long. Face Off, 1995.
That was a good movie.
That was a good-ass movie. They don't make them like that anymore.
You know what else is sad? What else is sad? That why ain't Nicolas Cage in no more movies? I don't know. Sad.
That's the real scandalous deplatforming that has happened over the past decade or so. It's that Nicolas Cage ain't in any movies. That's the deplatforming that I'm concerned about. That is sad.
That is sad.
That is sad.
That is sad. God damn it.
To quote our idiot president in his tweets, all his tweets, sad.
It's sad.
Sad.
So sad. I could cry for Nicolas Cage. I mean, that performance with the bees.
I pour one out for Nicolas Cage in his career.
Yeah, I mean, that movie with the bees, you know, it really affected me as a person.
Now, these gnats are really affecting me as a person.
I know.
Ugh.
I feel like Nicolas Cage in that movie with all these gnats over here.
No, not the gnats. Not the gnats.
That's a real good impression.
Thank you.
And it's sad that you can do that.
Yep, still very sad. Just still very, very sad.
Just very morose. I don't even know how I know that word.
Morose, isn't that the color of your curtains? And I ain't talking about on your windows. The carpet matches the drapes. Ain't that right?
How would you ever know that, JW?
I hear things. You think it don't get around? I mean, it's crazy how much you get around.
Well, look, okay? I'm just trying to lock down a husband before Mama drives me up the wall more crazy than she already does.
Oh, Lord. There ain't no way you're going to be able to clamp down a husband living in the same house, sir, because she is always on her way to get your man. She is always on her way to take your man. And she always succeeds, too.
And that's what's even more gross.
That's crazy.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. But, you know, did you hear what she got into? Did you hear what she got into the other night?
I might have, but there's probably multiple things that she did. What'd you hear about?
Okay, so I don't know full details because, I mean, I only live in the same trailer as her. I don't really talk to her.
Neither one of y'all are conscious in the same room at the same time.
I know, but apparently she brought a man back home from the bingo hall.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and
who was it? Was it Georgie? Was it Tommy?
That's
was
what
it
I was
going to
ask. That's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask if you knew anything about this.
Well, I don't know. Georgie Ray, he came into the tranny shop with a big smile on his face, about half a mile wide.
Yeah.
After midnight bingo the other night, and he wouldn't give too much away because he's a man. He's a good old boy. He doesn't kiss and tell. But there's something Georgie Ray, there's a certain smile that Mama puts on men's face, and Georgie Ray was wearing it, I think.
Well, I mean, if, between you and me, you know he's the kind of person that wears a permanent smile.
I mean, yeah, he does have Down syndrome. I mean, that is true. Which, I mean, it's just crazy that Mama takes it to that place with any man.
I know.
Crazy. So anyway, yeah, some crazy shit happened down at the tranny shop the other day. This is before Georgie Ray apparently hopped in bed with your mama.
Well, you know what? I ain't offended.
I mean, it's just.
I just need to, you know.
It's like Beyonce says, "Crazy in love." It's so crazy in love.
So
I don't actually know. I don't actually understand the lyrics of that song. I'm just assuming that it applies in this situation. Because we're talking about love, we're talking about crazy in love, Beyonce. Anyways, down at the tranny shop, which ain't problematic to say because it's talking about transmissions.
Yeah, and like people going around like attacking people for saying a tranny shop, like I don't even. What else is it even supposed to be?
It's not. You wouldn't say that about an institution where transsexual sex workers apply their perfectly valid trade. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't call the body house a tranny shop. That would be problematic and insensitive. I'm talking about the transmission garage where I work because capitalism forces me to take a shitty job in order to sustain myself and sell my labor. But I won't digress. What happened? It was crazy. What happened?
I'm
or
ready.
was it a crazy story, or was it trying to remember? Was that story crazy, or was it something else?
I don't know, man. I'm just waiting to hear this story.
I'm racking my brain trying to remember all the details of this story. I thought it was a crazy story, but maybe it had a different tenor to it.
I just think, you know.
Anyway, I've done forgot all plumb about it.
Yeah.
Let's just enjoy the peace and quiet, and not the gnats. Ugh.
God, well,
I always forget to get bug spray, and there ain't no gators around here that we can kill and use their fat for insect repellent the way the Indians used to do. Where's the crocodile when you need it?
I'm gonna lean
Where's
over here. I don't see any fish over there. Oh, but I hear like
real
something.
hard. There's nothing but menace.
I don't have a tackle box with me.
Oh damn! Wind done picked up. Blew
I know,
your bandana plumb off. You done lost it. It's gone.
No, it's right here. It's right in the boat. It fell in the peaches. But you know,
oh, you're gonna be smelling pretty
well,
nice,
I'm desperate. Okay, look at it. Look at it.
You're gonna smell like fermented peaches.
Well, what happened?
Oh, it's going. You could bottle that and sell it as Eau de Larxene.
Well, what happened was I hadn't gone to the salon since I was born because Mama never took me to the salon, and so I finally go. I was watching a show, and I can't remember. I think it was like Tabitha Takeover or something. I was watching a show over there on Goldie Stream. I was watching a show over there.
She's hot. I wish she wasn't a lesbian.
That is your cousin.
But I respect her sexual orientation. Go on.
Well, anyway.
I mean, if I was a lesbian, she would be my type. Just an angry, mean, bossy Australian lesbian. That's who I'd get with if I was a lesbian.
I think you're confusing something.
You're talking about Tabitha Takes Over, right?
You mean you're talking about Tabitha? I thought you were. I was like, this is not going to turn into a kissing cousins situation, JW.
Ew, no.
Okay, now listen. Okay, so I'm watching that Tabitha Takes Over, And I'm just like, I've never been to a salon. So I go, I go over to Jeanette in lot 3. She takes a look, and guess what? I had to shave all my hair off. Because it just was unrepairable. And so while it's growing back, I have to wear this orange wig because it was the only one that Tom had in his trailer.
That's a wig?
And
I can't even tell.
And I had to do things for it. I had to, polish his shoe.
Just the one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does only wear one shoe because of his club foot.
Well, that, and you know how he is. He has that weird fetish, he doesn't want you to touch him.
Oh, he's got a multitude of weird fetishes.
He's weird. He's one of them weird ones. Wow,
here we're here on this lake in the Arklatex, and we got blue northern blown in, and still hadn't blown the gnats out. They're still swarming around here.
Yeah, but I feel the mood is kind of short of just.
It's awful quiet out here.
It
it's
is very
peaceful
quiet.
And relaxing.
It is very quiet.
I kind of wish it wasn't so quiet.
I know. I wish
feel
it
like
was. I feel like. Let me see if I can work on this radio player really quick. I got it working. Oh man. So
reach up here in the tackle box, grab me another beer.
So, have you have you ever had just some ever just wanted some deep conversations?
I crave that all the time. You can't get into a good political conversation here especially in our trailer park.
No, you can't.
Ain't no one had any kind of background in Marx or Leibniz or Nietzsche or Hume. And I'm about to break.
I can't do it either. I don't know what any of those words mean.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I have to deal with.
Well, I'm sorry, JW.
People don't know that we've got a perfectly good free library down at the prison.
Well, people they don't just let people walk in there and take books. And nobody.
That's exactly what I do. They just assume that I belong there.
The one person tried to set up that public how on Pinterest they have those libraries that you put books in, and you're supposed to take it and then put a book back. But someone took all the books and didn't put a book back.
Yeah, I think I saw Bobby Jean down the road using them books to prop up his pickup truck because he ran out of cinder blocks because he's got his boat and 2 muscle cars and a jet ski all up on cinder blocks. He ran out of cinder blocks, so we had to steal the books from the honor system library to the truck after it broke down. Ain't Amber gonna fix that shit. The cycle of poverty that causes that kind of accoutrement in people's yards and the trailer park, it really makes you think.
You know what makes me think? The fact that I've been 15 years old for 15 years.
What?
And, yeah, I've been 15 years old for 15 years.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I've never turned 16, JW. I never went to high school. You know this.
Yeah, I know you dropped out of high school. What do you mean you didn't turn 16?
Everybody knows you don't turn 16 till you're in high school.
Deep thoughts with Larxene.
But either way, it really makes me think. It kind of makes me really think really hard about myself. Like, what am I doing with my life? I've been 15 for 15 years.
Apparently you've turned every man you've ever slept with into a sex offender, if that's the case.
I know. And
how's that for deep?
Well, I mean, they were going to prison.
Whoa.
What the
Did you
hell
hear
happened
that-
out there?
that sound that
I'm
fish just
looking.
made?
I'm looking. I can't see
I ain't
anything.
never heard no fish like that before.
That I mean, that was like, it sounded like somebody was shooting something. Like somebody was shooting something out there, and it...
That's sad to think about.
That is.
Someone's out there shooting fish instead of using perfectly good fishing pole. The way our daddies taught us.
Okay, your daddy. I don't know who mine is. My daddy never taught me anything.
Fishing's the one thing that my daddy taught me. Speaking of which, speaking of your relatives anyway, I can't help but notice you're wearing Stu's clothes.
Oh yeah, I had to get my shirt dry clean. I mean, I've got my flannel on. I don't have his flannel, but it's like I had to go get my one shirt dry cleaned, and so that's all that was.
Okay, but that's kind of messed up that you're wearing literally the last thing that I saw Stu wearing. The last time I saw him.
What are you talking about? Why is that sad? What's so sad about that?
Well, it's because are you doing this because you miss Stu? Is that why you're wearing his clothes?
I mean, I really do hate Stu as a person, but you know,
that's a sad thing to say.
Well,
I
mean, that's just how it is. I'm sorry, but oh my God, my
the wind
bandana's coming
picked
off
up again.
This damn wind. But no, seriously, you know, but I've spent so long with it being him, me, and Mama in that trailer, you know, and I know. Look, he had to get out of here. He'll come back eventually. He'll be at the farm for a little bit, but I mean, Mama said that he went to that farm up there, and yeah, the Great Farm up north or something. I've never heard of it.
Larxene, Stu's dead.
What?
There was a funeral. Those were the clothes he was buried in.
What? Well, I don't know how that would be possible, J Dubya, because I haven't seen Stu.
Yeah, because he's dead.
No, he's not dead. Mama said that he was at a farm up north.
That woman has really messed both of y'all up, and that's sad.
Man, I guess I never really thought about it. She does lie a lot.
Yeah. To you, anyway.
What did he die of?
I don't know. It could have been a whole host of sexually transmitted diseases, or possibly methamphetamine overdose. I mean, this is the rural South.
Now, he didn't get murdered by any British people, right?
That seems very unlikely,
he did
but if
always
that's the
have
case,
a
it is
fear of
very
being
sad.
married, but he did have an irrational fear about being murdered by a British person. And that's so weird, because I'd be like, Stu, what the fuck are you talking about? You never even fucking met a British person. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he ever even watched any British comedy on television. I don't think he ever watched anything like Doctor Who or anything like that. Like, I don't think he'd even. I mean, he thought he met.
I don't think he's ever encountered.
He thought he met a British person one time, and I'm like, Stu, that's the Korean guy who owns the 7-Eleven.
Oh my God, I know, man. Is this like a turning into a Stu memorial since I just found out he's dead?
It might as well. I'm
well,
sorry
you know what? To Stu.
Here's to Stu.
And his racial blindness.
That's right.
Because he really
was
did not know how to tell races apart.
He couldn't. Whether
really
you were
couldn't.
British or Korean, he could not tell you.
He
apart.
couldn't tell. He couldn't tell difference between
Here's
between
Stu
nothing.
pouring one out for Stu.
He couldn't. He couldn't. Oh man. Yeah. Well, I heard.
Sure is peaceful out here.
I
I don't know
that
what
you got dumped by gonorrhea Gretchen?
Well, I don't. That's an awful rude thing to call her.
Well, come on. Everybody in the park called her gonorrhea Gretchen, JW. That's just... my...
That's just because they were a bunch... That's just because they were just a bunch of jelly beans is all.
Jelly beans? Okay.
I mean, you know what? I could have discharge coming out of me for any number of reasons. That might not necessarily have been the case, but, I mean...
You loved her, didn't you, JW? It's okay.
I loved her enough to overlook her gonorrhea.
It's okay. I know heartbreak's real.
That's fucked
sad.
up that people call her gonorrhea Gretchen. It's like, would you call the lady next door tumor Thelma? Just because
you do call her throat tumor Thelma.
Well, I just behind her back, I don't spread it around.
Well,
just between friends.
My God. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know you loved her that much. If I knew you loved her that much, I wouldn't have called her gonorrhea Gretchen to 3 other people, and tell them to spread it around, and tell them to text their friends about it if they had a working cell phone.
You should take more responsibility for how you spread gonorrhea, Larxene.
Guess what? That wasn't even my strain of gonorrhea.
I know you have unique strains of everything. It's like everything you've got is a super bug. That's why the CDC keeps coming to the trailer park to visit.
Only because I got them all from the one asshole that we won't even mention their name because
that's
right.
No
point.
Voldemort.
Yep. He is the Voldemort of this trailer park. And honestly, I never want to think about him again. So, are you going to...
It's a sad thought.
So,
think about Voldemort, what he did to Harry Potter.
What was the straw that broke you and Gretchen's back?
I would have to say it was her gonorrhea. Okay, fine. I can only be so goddamn woke, okay? Before I have to dump a bitch for having fucking gonorrhea.
Well, it's like how long you live with it.
I'm tired of getting that shot.
Get it fixed.
I'm tired of getting that shot.
Thank you. It's like, good Lord, Gretchen, get that shit worked out. It's not herpes. She can get rid of it. She don't.
It's like...
She owns it. She thinks it's part of who she is.
The nearest Planned Parenthood's in another state. You can't blame her for it. Shit. We're one of those states that just don't have Planned Parenthoods.
Well, JW, I don't think the fish are biting today.
Guess not.
So, yeah, just grab your pole. Not that pole, JW, the other pole. Not this strip.
I promise we ain't gonna have a repeat of the last trip. I ain't that drunk yet. I'm just grabbing my fishing pole.
Next time on Beer Pass and Bullets.
Larxene, how come out of all your bad habits, smoking ain't one of them?
Mama used to warn me from smoking. Thought it's because she cared about my health. No, she just wanted them all to herself.